Ladies and gentlemen, it's another brand new day here at Knock Moments podcast. And today we are looking at something exciting, something interesting. Today we are spicing things up. We are going from the regular to spicy things up. And today I'll be your beautiful host and anchor. My name is Sofiat Abidemi Azan. With me today, I have an expert in the field, Dr. Oweye. I hope I'm correct with that.
Yes, you are correct.
Yes, and I have one of us in the house, Isaac Adiem.
Thank you.
Like I said earlier, we're talking about kids, talking about children, talking about emotions, talking about challenges. It's not about my kid is not talking. Definitely it is demonic. No. It's not about that. So today we are looking at that area, that aspect, that arena, talking about kids. So let me start from the expert I have here with us today. What can we define as emotional challenges in kids?
All right. Thank you for calling me over, inviting me over precisely to a program like this. I must say a good, wonderful thank you to the organizers, the head, Mr. Nelson Adewale. It's a great pleasure to find myself here today. I am Dr. Way, and also known as a flourishing physician. I am a mental health practitioner, psychiatrist. And then I had the opportunity, maybe due to my work, I had the opportunity to see live. I mean, live right on screen, live. I mean, this is not a Nollywood version. A lot of people in this society, they tend to see kids like they don't have a mind. Yeah, they tend to think that how can a child have a mental illness?
Yes.
But I must tell you, everyone listening to me, you must know carefully that the only person that cannot have a mental illness, drum roll, the only person that cannot have a mental illness is someone that does not have a brain at all. That is the person that cannot have a mental illness. So when children grow up, I must tell you that they are in a frame of life when their brain are developing. Yes. It's like when you are building a house, a concrete upon another. That is why if the home is not settled, it can affect the child mentally.
Yes.
So let's come to your question. Let me now zone it in because I know you still have more questions.
Yes.
Now, emotional challenges in a younger child. Yes, number one, it is real. Number two, if it is not carefully looked at, the child can be in that web for the rest of his life. Yes. It is real. And the good part is, it is treatable.
It is real and it is treatable.
It is treatable. Let me stop there so that as you ask more questions, I'll be able to swing more light into it.
That is from the expert field. I'd love to ask someone who is maybe in the field of, like you said, psychiatrist. So, Isaac Adeyemi, what do you feel emotional challenges is when we talk about children?
Recently I read the report online where they said Nigeria has 300 psychiatrists, and we have more than 200 million population. So, I don't know because I've not been outside Nigeria, so I'm going to speak as a Nigerian. So Nigeria is that kind of country that we don't pay much attention to mental health, especially when it comes to the children. Because just like you said, why are you sad?
Why are you sad?
So the elders will be like, have you eaten? That's the question. Have you eaten? Your school fees is paid. You have clothing, you have shelter. So why should you be sad? So growing up, our parents, not being judgmental now, is because they were raised without much attention when it comes to mental health. So they just pass the same thing to their own children too. So once they believe you should be fine, and there's no room for you to say, I am not fine. Why are you not fine? Like they will say, what bukata are you facing? What are you saying? So why are you not fine? So growing up, people will rather look for help in the hands of another confidant than their parents, which is not supposed to be so. Honestly, it is really sad. But I love the fact that it said it is treatable.
It is real and treatable. And I really must commend schools for having guidance and counseling units. For kids that cannot speak to their parents at home, they can get to schools. Okay, Mama, please, I have something I want to tell you. Shout out to schools who have guidance and counseling units. And schools who don't have that, please try and implement that. Now, looking at, we've said, okay, it is real and treatable. What are the signs that I would see in a child that say, okay, you're emotionally challenged.
Yes.
Are they signs, or we can just say, oh, because they are not talking today, you're emotionally challenged?
Okay, I'll put it this way. Let us describe a child in the two genders. I know that outside this country we have complex genders. It is what it is. But as far as I'm concerned, in Nigeria we have male and female. All right, so that's the apologies to the LGBTQ community. Well,
It is what it is.
it is what it is. Now, when it comes to male and female, you must know something, that you need what they call an high index of suspicion.
Yes.
At times, let us imagine a child growing up. Sometimes you notice that you spend more time in your classroom environment.
Yes.
That child is expected to be in class,
Yes.
at least having a formal education. And those moments of time, the child is not having that much contact at home. So sometimes the teacher would wonder that, why is this boy? He's always playing rough, unkept, dirty, playing trancy. While others are focusing in class, he's elsewhere doing something else. You might even be looking for him, you will not see him, you see him playing around the playground. Or you can even find him bullying another child. Or maybe he's in fact the one being victimized, the one being bullied by others. You can ask that, what's happening to this child? There's this unexplainable drop in their academic performance. But the teacher would say, oh, this child is just dull. Not knowing that the child is actually passing through a rough patch coming from the house.
Yes.
Maybe the child witnessed the mother beaten by the father. How do you expect that child to do well in school that day? The child will do poorly. No. Just imagine.
Yes.
See the mother is wailing. I shall receive some hard knocks. I'm sorry, this is what from the father.
Yes.
You know, I know this is a good hard knock anyway. Hello everyone, this is a good hard knock. I'm not talking of that.
Yeah.
Alright. Now you expect that child to do well in class. No. The child's mind is broken, traumatized.
Yes.
Now, this is how you now pick it. You are picking poor academic performance. But behind the poor academic performance is a dysfunctional child who is beginning to lose it. And that loss is coming from the home background. Of course, the child might manage to dress well and all of that, maintain some cool and composure in class, but something is going on with the mind. The mind is cracking.
The mind is lost.
The mind is getting lost. You know, and so it's always good, just like I said, to have an high index of suspicion.
Yes.
Sometimes you could, even the girl factor, you could just see her, she's just acting timid, nonchalant, unnecessarily quiet. But see, it's just that the behavior. Go to the home front. You know, probably something is going on terrible. You know, a lot of things like that goes on with their mind. And then that is so. When you want to look at a child and say, is this child, sometimes some of them are even under sexual abuse. Repetitive, concurrent sexual abuse. A child that is abused sexually and comes to class with her bag, you think she's the same person?
No.
Don't give it a thought.
She won't even be focused in class.
She wouldn't be focused in class. But you would say that she's not doing well. But this behind her not doing well, she is a sexual victim. She's a sexual doll, a sexual experiment for somebody wicked. It could be in the community, it could even be in the family.
It could be at home.
So it could be a lot. So what I'm trying to say is basically is that the signs and symptoms, they may not be glaring.
Yes.
They may not be in the plain sight, but look beyond. With good professional training, teachers are also taught to see a child that has gone through some level of abuse. In fact, doctors sometimes when we say, how can a child sustain a scalding injury? No. I mean, doctor, treat my child and let me go. No. We will treat your child. But behind this injury is child abuse.
Yes.
Behind this injury. So at that time, the doctors begin to call some necessary agency to do the needful. The child could be treated physically, but as the mind be treated.
As the mind be treated.
Give that a thought.
As the mind be treated. That's a lot. Dr. Woye has actually given us from the perception of the whole. So Isaac, I'm asking, do you think there's, aside from maybe in the society, in the environment, do you think there are factors that contribute to emotionally challenged children in our society today?
Honestly, there is so much. I would love to pick from what you've said, because the home is like, they say charity begins at home.
Yes.
So if the home works the way it's supposed to work, many things are already fixed. So some children has become confident to some handling matters that they have no business handling.
You have a point.
And that goes down to the society. There are some conversation that we should keep out from children. The same way you buy a product and they will say, let it stay away from the reach of a child.
Yeah.
There are some conversation, there are some things that we're exposing these children to that they should not be exposed to. And one way or the other, it is messing up with them mentally. So there are substances that, especially if they are coming from the trenches, whereby I remember growing up at a very young age, it is this Egbon that will send you, go and buy, I don't want to mention him, go and buy this, go and buy that. And as the child start growing up, you be like, what is this thing that I'm buying? So outside there, I would say that we all have a role to play. We should be careful of what we are exposing these children to, the conversation that we are having around them, the things that we are doing in their presence, because either we like it or not, they are picking it.
Yes.
And they are saying it.
Yes.
And from the place of sexual abuse, I love the fact that a new law has been passed now that any person caught and found guilty as a pedophile is life imprisonment.
Yes.
I think I've never been happy when I saw that law. Because people thought sexual abuse is only for the female gender, but it goes sideways.
Both ways.
Honestly speaking. So society, I will say, please, let us be careful of what we expose the children to, what we see around them. Or conversations that we say, have you seen when something happens, maybe marriage-wise, relationship-wise, and we have a child of 8 or 10, and they will say, you to come and listen, so that when you grow up, you will know what to do. This person is still a child. Come and listen to what your daddy. This person is still a mom. It is what it is, honestly speaking.
It is what it is. Speaking of the society, we have the things we involve the children in, what they listen, what they see. And let's talk about the act of entertainment. There are some vices, some languages, like,
Music videos.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think probably the government as a whole, maybe let's regard them as an organization now, do you think they have something to do with emotionally challenged children out here in the society?
Yeah. Even though they may not agree. But they have a huge role that they play. Let me explain something to you. As regards government, there's a saying that when you want to control a generation, if you want to command the output of a generation, don't tamper with their older generation. Just tamper with the youth.
Yes.
Just tamper with the youth of that generation. The next generation will be nowhere to be. Just tamper with their youth, because the mind of a youth is so powerful and as constructive as it can be made to be.
Yes.
It can also self-destruct. Let me explain something to you. In the algorithm, I appeal to TikTok lovers and people that like pleasure, which is not bad. But I must tell you that in the algorithm that goes to China, they don't watch that much comedies. They watch tech. They watch things that bring industrialization. They watch things that bring national growth. That is what they watch. They don't watch Bum Bum. And why? They were deliberate. The users of TikTok were deliberate to see that the algorithm that you pick when you come to China will not be the type you find in countries that just like pleasure. They are so careful. Do you know why? Because they notice that they want to grow minds that will own the next technology. The minds that will own the next generation. Like they want to build persons that will have the next power shift.
Yes.
Say if from US now, the power shifts to us. So we have to build youths who have resilience, who have capacity for leadership. You know, I not be a Bible person sometimes in a podcast like this, but you know, there's a part in the Bible where it says, I said, woe unto that city whose king is a youth.
Yes.
You understand it? So what they do is that even at that age, they are already commanding leadership in them. So a child, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you watch Bum Bum. You watch Bum Bum till evening. garbage in, garbage out. You think of bomb till you sleep. The next day, your next with bomb.
So let's say misplaced priority.
It's a misplaced priority.
Yeah.
So what you do is that what they are doing basically is that they say, don't worry, this is what we do. We want to wound this generation. Let's get the youths. Let's feed them with a lot of entertainment. And when you are filled with entertainment, my field being a psychiatrist, there's something that occurs in your brain when you're excited. It's called dopamine.
Yes.
The dopamine level is just high there. And I tell you, dopamine is very pleasant to hold. But there are some levels at some point, it draws out your productivity.
Yes.
You don't get things right. Because you appear you are settled. Because you have this sense force of pleasure. Now, that's what happens when the algorithm is not well passed. Now, so the government has a role to play. But at the same time, as individuals, as family, just as you rightly said, charity begins at home. It is home that has the projection.
Yes.
Even if you see a child who is causing trouble on the road, the child grew up in a home.
Yes.
Home at first. They may not be fathers, they may not be mothers, but I know this individual who is catching everywhere on the road did not fall from the sky.
Yes.
Did not fall from the sky. Even if his father and his mother slept on a tree to have him, he didn't fall from the sky.
Yes.
So what is it? Still starts with home. What is the home projecting as per protecting the minds of these children?
Thank you very much, Dr. Weye. We'll be going on a short break now. Yeah, welcome back from that short break. You're still tuned into Art Knock Movement podcast with the Buzz Media. And I introduced myself earlier just in case you missed that. My name is Sophia Abidemi Azan. And today we're looking at something very sensitive in our environment. We're looking at navigating emotional challenges with children. And with me, once again, I have an expert, Dr. Weye, and we have someone who causes it, and we say we have all concluded that it all begins from home. So now, while progressing in talking and in our conversation, in the society where we have parents 9 to 5,
Yes.
the father is out, the kid is back to school, all of them come in very tired. Do you still feel like there can be a situation where they can, okay, come, how are you doing? What's the challenges? What's your problem? Do you think there's still a way we can still mobilize that in this kind of situation and environment we find ourselves?
Yes, there is that. Most people don't know that by the time
It is a doable
once
project.
you are applying to become a father.
Yeah, there is that. Most people don't know that by the time once you are
But I
applying
must
to
say,
become a
fatherhood and
father,
motherhood is not for everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
We have someone
But
that
I must say,
send-
not
send
for
us to
everyone.
become an husband.
Yes.
We
It's a
have
biological
someone that
process,
send-
not
send
for
us
but
to
it's not
become
meant
an
for
husband.
everyone.
it's a
And there's
biological
no
process
crime
in Nigeria,
but
for
it's
not
not
becoming
meant
a
for
father.
everyone.
Yes.
And there's no crime
So-
in Nigeria.
It's
for
not a
becoming
punishable
father.
offense.
Yes.
Yes, if you
So-
decide not to be a mother,
It's not a punishable offense.
But
you
yes,
must bear
if you
something
decide
in
not
mind.
to be a mother, it's not a punishable
Right.
offense. The very
But
moment
you
you
must bear
decide
something
to
in
bring
mind.
a person to this world, you are ready to start a project.
Hmm.
A lifelong project. A lifelong project until you leave this earth. You must bear that in mind. Now the idea of the practicality of this because of the 9 to 5 we find ourselves. And then you have to go home and you have to do this, do that, and all of that. You're tired. Now, there is something called the quality of your presence. Matters more than the quantity of your presence. The quality of your presence matters more than the quantity of your presence. There's something that is funny about children. Your child notices you when you're around. Even if you don't say a word, your child notices you when you're around. At the same time, your child also notices you when you are not around. And the funniest thing is that you can be in the same space with your child, but it will look as though you were never available. So there are times, like there was a time my wife made a trip, and I told my wife, I said, see, our boy was still pretty young. I said, make sure that he does not stay far away from me more than 5 meters. I knew what I was saying. Some persons, they cannot account for where their children are as we speak. Not alone. Imagine those parents are even with them. They don't even give a damn. Alright, so the real fact is that it is about the quality of the time. So let's say that you have been so busy and you cannot, if your child is still young, I used to say it, the first 7 years of your child, the first 7 years of your child, take it as a very personal project.
It's not.
Take it as a very personal project. Once the child leaves you for 7 years and returns, the child is no longer that person. No. Because there are some elements that build in them within that first 7 years.
Yes.
Now, this is the idea. If, for example, now, okay, let me be very personal now. Because I noticed that my schedule, I'm always busy. I noticed that no after enough for my son. I noticed that he sleeps beside me. He sleeps on my chest. He hears my heartbeat. I hear his heartbeat. Whatever thing is going on in school, let's say he's being bullied. Whatever is being bullied, I will pick the note. I'll pick it. I'll say, oh, what's wrong with you? I say, Daddy, what happened? It's paining me. Watch, it's paining me. How would you have known he's paining? Because I spent quality time with him. For me to know he's paining him.
Quality over
So it's
quantity.
over quantity. So it's different from he has a pain and the pain healed. And you as a father, you were not aware. He had a pain, but the pain healed. And you as a mother, you were never aware. But see, he's paining me. Then I say, what happened? He's paining me. So did it. You've picked the cue. That is quality fatherhood. That is how to be a quality. That's how to spend quality time with that child. This is about the quality. It's not about the quantity. Let me stop there, because of time, and I want Mr. Isaac and Mrs. Sophia to say as well, because I know people have a lot to say as well.
Yeah. I'm actually asking him something very different from that. When we are looking at schools, education, like I said, 9 to 5 parents, children is back to school. What do you think the schools can implement? We have the guidance and counseling. Even, I would want to say this, some counselors, I don't think they are well to do. You're supposed to be a safe space for the kid, not using that kid's experience to another kid as an example. You're supposed to be a safe space, but because I don't want to say I'm speaking from experience, by the way. But let me come back to you. What roles do you think schools?
Yes.
What roles do you think they have in this navigating emotional challenges in children? Because children are mostly with them, unless it's even holiday. Even holiday, because they've send that child to holiday lessons.
Holiday lessons. You see, in the school system, if the school can find a way to deal with bullying, comparison, and the way I think now there's this narrative that cane should be banned or something.
Yes.
There are some teachers that will beat audacity out of their child.
You're true.
So, if the school system can find a way to let us start with bullying within themselves, the rate is just too much. To the point that when your child dress up, there's another child in school that will make them question what they are putting on.
Exactly.
So I don't know, we've seen it as it is normal. They are all children. But one way or the other, this thing is getting into the other child too.
Yes.
To the point that when your child brings food, there's another child somewhere that will say, your mommy does not know how to cook. Your food is not good enough. So whether we like it or not, that space is not safe enough for the other child. I remember growing up, so my dad used to farm, so we had a lot of yam at home. So for like 2 weeks, this was like yam, and they told me to yam boy. Because anytime you see that, so at some point, I am not comfortable to
Yam man.
I'm not comfortable to open my yam in school again because somebody somewhere will talk. Do you get? And now go back to the comparison aspect.
Yes.
The comparison now start from the teachers. Let's say bullying is among the students and they are just kids. At least they can't control it. You as a parent reach out to give your children enough boldness and make sure that those things doesn't get to them.
Yes.
How about the teachers who will compare this child with another one and say, you've forgotten that the child that failed English did well in mathematics.
Yes.
But because he failed English, he will compare the child with another child that actually passed English, but that one is doing bad in mathematics. So the room for, the school system is supposed to be a place whereby talents are being explored.
Exactly.
You have to know, who are you? What talent do you have? So that by the time you grow up, we can know the area of life you are facing. But no, it is more of competitions among the teachers. Say, so students is doing better. This one is doing better. And they don't do it from the place of encouragement though. It's purely unnecessary
Pure sentiment.
Especially if the father is rich. The parents of that other child is, and they are tipping the teachers.
Nepo baby fast.
Nepo baby, that was Lapo babies.
That one is deep. And digressing from children, child, even in the universities, we have some lecturers that will come to tell you, oh, you came here to study, I don't want to. Even amongst peers. So you came here, you paid this and so school fees to come at. See, life is not about whatever I came here to study. It's not always about my grades, my everything. It's about let me say God's grace. That's just it. Well, we keep forgetting that, and if, like you said, some teachers actually practice that, which is very bad. So we should try to do better. So, well, let's because of our time, we're going to be rounding off this beautiful podcast.
I would have loved to add something to what you were saying.
Okay,
Right.
please
It's
do.
going to be short. There's something called sibling rivalry. Just like you said,
Yes.
you compare to children. Sibling rivalry. This is terrible. Very terrible. Amongst, in the house, in the home, you start comparing the first to the second to the first. Look, if your brother would have done better, and all of that. Sibling rivalry. You are practically bullying your child. And you are bullying that child into a space of darkness. That child can eventually come down with a mental disorder. Thinking that you are trying to help the child, you are actually setting up stumbling blocks for that child's performance in life.
Yeah.
Give that a thought.
Some people even have best child among their children.
Yes.
And they will make it known.
Yes.
I love this one. You, my bastard.
That is terrible.
Terrible.
That is terrible.
Terrible. And that brings me back to comparison. Even at home, some parents will say your mate, they are carrying first, second, third. We are paying the same school. It's okay to probably encourage the child to do better, but I think there are better ways to say that, to express that, other than making the child feel like, oh, I'm not okay
There are
enough.
tips. There are healthy ways to
Yes.
correct that. There are healthy ways. Well, I'm not surprised. Probably the mother says that to the father too. Your mates outside.
Children are reflection of
Yeah, exactly.
parents actually.
Exactly. So give that, yes.
That's it. The children are reflection of their parents. So when
Yes. They are mirrors.
they are mirrors, reflection. So
Yes.
how do you take care of your kids? Because they are your actual reflection.
I'm
Let me
telling
put it
you.
like that. Do you want them to see your kid and say, "Oh, your kid is doing very well. You must look like your father," or they look at your kids, "Shady Olobi lady."
Exactly.
And Yoruba. Let's not go deep into Yoruba. The way they will tell you, you look at yourself like, oh God, she no, they describe by so deep. So while we want to round up this beautiful podcast,
Yeah.
I would love to ask from the expert side.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, I took the term psychiatrics.
Okay. You could use mental health.
Mental
I know
health.
people are soft with mental health.
Mental health practitioner. What do you think parents can do
Okay.
to be more available to help their child navigate emotional challenges?
Okay, number one, it starts with knowledge.
Knowledge.
It is with knowledge we first of all start building this thing. You know, Proverbs 14:1. My mom, I used to know, my mom say it often and it stuck to me. It says, every wise woman builds her house. But it didn't stop there. It says, but the foolish one tears it down with her own hands. It starts with knowledge. First, before you even start the journey of fatherhood and motherhood, get books.
Yes.
Just get yourself informed. That's all. Some people are just concerned about libido and sex. They don't understand motherhood. Of course, you have sex before you become a mother.
Yes.
But why would you just know about sexual intimacy or you don't know about motherhood? It stops there. No! You have to impress yourself with knowledge of what it takes to be a father or what it takes to be a mother. It starts with knowledge. And when it starts with that knowledge, the knowledge is able to refine you. And then, after knowledge, you get a circle. You find yourself in a circle of people that can help and help your knowledge
Makes
base.
you better.
Yes, there are some circles that you've known this thing, you get into the wrong circle, they deplete you.
Yes.
Now look at me. I apologize to those that have more than a wife, 2-3 wives. But imagine a man who has problem with his wife, a man who is in a monogamy relationship, who has problem with his wife, then goes to receive advice from someone that has 3 wives.
What advice are you?
What kind of advice will he give him? Give that a thought. So it starts with knowledge base, then your circle base, the persons you work with, the persons you relate with.
Yes.
All these two, when properly directed, will guide you, will direct you. And when it requires for you, when you notice something awkward about your child, you can consult, you can ask to see an expert,
Yes.
because we are able to see beyond the screen.
Yes.
Yes, I say something is going on with this child.
Yeah,
This child is losing it.
Yes.
This child is getting depressed. What could be the cause? This child is actually having a hard time. You are seeing bad results, you are seeing bad academic results, you are seeing bad academic performance, but beyond it, we are seeing something going on much more. A firestorm is brewing. So it's, let's start that way. Knowledge base, circle base,
And seeking help.
and seeking help. Thank you. Knowledge base, circle base, seeking help. Yes. You made those three things.
Who are you working with? They have every right to influence you. And also seek knowledge. Know what you want to get into. It's not that I want to be called daddy lagbaja, daddy femi tomiwa. What are the necessities? What are your responsibilities as a father and also as the mother who bears the child?
Yeah.
So learn that. So that is from an expert. Let me ask my brother here. Aside from an expert, parents angle, the society generally, me, you, us, what can we do? How can we help to navigate children with emotional challenges, or what can we even do to even help reduce the rate in our society?
My message will mostly be directed to the youth.
Youth.
The ignorance is not an excuse.
Yeah.
So the rate at which the youth are consuming the wrong knowledge is an habit. Just like the way you said the other time. Bum, 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 bum. So many people, not like they intentionally want to inflict pain on the child, or they don't want to help the child grow, but they don't know any way better. So I would say that the Yoruba elders have an adage that
Yes.
meaning the young ones to be grow and
Yes.
become an adult.
Yes.
So we the singles, we have a role to play that from now before you get married. It doesn't matter if you are in any relationship. Take it as a responsibility upon yourself that if I have in mind that I'm going to become a mother or a father one day, and I don't want to fail at this thing because it's a God-given project.
Yes, it is.
Let me start consuming the right knowledge now. Let me start surrounding myself with the right people that have a happy home, people that are raising their children right.
Exactly.
So when I get there, at least it will not be strange. I will have a fundamental knowledge and this thing to deal with it.
Yes.
Unlike
Yes.
just leaving everything to chance and say one day I will get married, I'll become a father of twins. This. Then you have the children now. They are confused.
They don't know where
And if there will be any problems, it will be minimal.
It will be minimal
and fixable. Because not every problem is fixable.
True. So somebody I saw someone
How
said
that's not
online.
hard? No.
It's not hard.
It's so hard.
The person said, if you relive the life you've lived, let's say you are 50-year-old and you live another 50-year-old, you cannot fix some damages.
I'm telling you, my brother.
Yes.
It is crazy.
That's really hard.
So please chase the right knowledge.
Chase the right knowledge. It's not about, I don't want to mention, chase the right knowledge, read the right book, seek help.
Get the right circle,
Mm-hmm.
adopt the right circle, and seek help.
Yes.
Seek help.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on this beautiful podcast today. I want to say thank you to an expert who joined us to enlighten us, to give us more information, Dr. Oweye Oluwatobiloba.
Pleasure.
Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Oh, I can remember that. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
And I also want to say thank you to Isaac and Degemi.
Yeah.
Isaac, thank you for coming. Thank you for giving us your insight on what you feel navigating emotional challenges in children should be like. And please, to you watching us, remember to follow our social media handles at The Boss Media. We hope to see you another time. Love, like, comment, repost.
We share
Everything. My name is Sophia at Abidemi and thanks for watching.
Yeah.